Welcome to my part 2 video on absolute value. So here we're going to graph the integer, then represent the absolute value on the number line. So remember, this is the absolute value symbol. So I need to represent it on the number line, so I'm going to mark a spot at 5, and I know absolute value is the distance from 0, so I'm going to mark a spot at 0, and I'm going to connect those two lines together. So this is representing the absolute value of 5, and the absolute value of 5 is 5 spaces from 0, so the answer is 5. All right, let's look at the next example. It says absolute value of -4. So once again, I'm going to put a mark at -4. I'm going to draw a line to 0. And the distance from -4 to 0 is 4. So the answer is 4. Okay, now we're going to look at another example of circle all the true statements, just like we did yesterday. So the first one says absolute value of 8/10 is -8/10. That is not true. This one's reversed, so I got to look here. The absolute value of 36 is 36, so I would circle that one. The absolute value of -52 is +52, so I'm going to circle this one. And the absolute value of -8.5 is 8.5, so this one is not correct. So you should have circled B and C. Circle the values that could represent x if the absolute value of x equals 25. So what this question is asking you for is which of the following have an absolute value of 25. So look at the numbers to find out which ones would have a distance of 25. So I'm looking at this one and also this one. Okay, make sure you've got this all marked, and now you can turn the page. And we're going to look at some word problems. Okay, so the temperature is 30 degrees in the morning and drops to -20 in the evening. What is the difference between these two temperatures? So one way to answer this problem is to draw yourself a picture. So my evening temperature is -20, so I'm going to mark that here. I'm going to put 0 somewhere right around there, and then I'm going to put 30 over here. And what I can do is I can find the absolute value of each of them, and then I can combine them together to figure out how far the temperatures are apart. So -20, I'm going to draw a line to 0, and so that distance is 20, and the distance from 0 to 30 is 30. So now I'm going to add those two temperatures up, so 20 plus 30 tells me that the difference between these two temperatures is 50 degrees. Okay, let's look at number 2. It says, what is the difference in elevation between Mount McKinley and Death Valley? Okay, so this time the picture is drawn for us. So they've got that Mount McKinley is 20,320 feet above. Okay, so this absolute value would be 20,320. And this one from 0 to -282 would be 282. So if I wanted to figure out the change in elevation there, I would combine these together. So 20,320 plus 282. 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 3 plus 1 plus 2 is 6. And then I just add these up, 20,602 feet. Okay, and the third and final question is also a word problem. So once again, I'm going to use the number line below. So Josie and Sarah are standing on a gigantic number line. If Josie is standing on -8, so I'm going to mark -8 here. And Sarah is standing on 15, so I'm going to mark 0. I always want to mark 0 when I'm marking negative and positives. And 15 right there. How far are they apart from each other? So now we have to count the distance that Josie is in the negative. So this is 8 because -8 is 8 spaces away from 0. And Sarah's standing at 15, so that's 15 spaces away from 0. And now I'm going to combine 15 plus 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, carry the 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So they are 23 spaces apart. So that concludes our part 2 video on absolute value. I hope you have a great day.